Welcome to Soul Society Online. I'm Julia Collins, and today we'll practice a 60-minute gentle yoga class. For corresponding playlists, tune in to Spotify with Dan Gibson's Polynesian Spa. You'll need a mat and a blanket. Let's get started. Let's begin seated in comfortable easy pose. We'll take the Swadhisthana Mudra. Place your hands in your lap with your palms facing upwards, right palm resting on top of the left. Sit up tall, close your eyes, and begin to breathe. Taking deep cleansing breaths through the nose. Allow your jaw to relax. And place your hands on your belly. Bring the breath into the belly. Feel the diaphragm expand as you inhale and contract as you exhale. Move the hands up to the rib cage. Bring the breath into the middle portion of the lungs. Feel the ribs expand and contract as if there's a balloon inside your torso, inflating and deflating. Now move the hands up to the chest, just under the collarbones. Bring the breath into the top of the lungs. Feel the chest and shoulders rise and fall. Deepen the breath. Breathe through the nose. Then return the hands to the Swadhisthana Mudra in your lap. Link the breath from the belly to the ribs to the chest, your 3-part Dirga breath. As you exhale, breathe out every last little molecule of breath. In your next inhalation, begin to sweep the arms up overhead. Big breath in. Bring the hands through heart center. Set your intention or your affirmation for today's practice. Seal your affirmation by bowing the head and bringing your thumbs to your third eye. Now rest the hands on the knees, just letting the hands cup the knees and roll the shoulders up, back, and around. Use your breath to guide your movement. Breathing in, rolling the shoulders up. And breathing out, letting them relax down away from the ears. And change direction. Sweep the arms up. Inhale. Twist to the left. You can bring your hand to the knee, arms up, and exhale, twist to the right. Sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, up through center. Exhale, twist to the right. Sweep the arms up. Inhale. And lower your left hand to the mat, reaching your right arm up. Keep opening through the front body, stacking your shoulders, side bend. Inhale up through center and reach to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach to the left, stretching through the side body. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach to the right. Good. One more time to each side. This time, reach through your right arm. Then come back up through center. Move over to the left side. Side bend. Then close off the chest and reach with your left hand. Open up again. Come through center. Come down onto your back. Arms by your sides. Lift the feet up to the sky. Legs up the wall. Flexing the feet. Breathe softly. Lower the feet back to the mat width apart, and rock the knees from side to side. You can bring your arms out to a T. Continue rocking the knees from left to right. Finding some gentle movement in the body. Allow your breath to guide your movement. Hug the knees into the chest. Give your legs a big squeeze, wrapping your arms around your knees, tucking your chin, pressing the back of the neck to the floor. Compressing those internal organs. Release the grip and roll over to your side. You can use your bicep as a pillow, just kind of getting used to the shape here. Then roll open, opening up your left hand, twisting and gazing over your left hand with the knees dropped to the right in a twist. Breathe here, softening the upper body. Try to keep your knees and your ankles stacked. Over time, the left shoulder will soften down toward the mat. This posture is really nice for realigning the spine and the hips. Taking several breaths here. Slowly begin to unwind from your twist. Come back to your side, curling up in fetal position. Roll onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest once more. Big squeeze. Then roll onto your left side, coming into fetal position. Again, use your bicep as a pillow, curling up into a little ball, feeling safe. Then unwind from the upper body, twisting open to the right. Keeping your knees to the left, knees and ankles stacked. Breathe softly. You can use your blanket as a pillow under your knees. If you can't quite have those knees stacked, the blanket under your knees will help those knees and ankles stay aligned. Soften the breath. Soften the body. Realign the spine and the hips. Just be present here. Slowly unwind from your twist, rolling onto your left side. Pressing up and coming into all fours in tabletop. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, knees under the hips, and take a few cat-cows here. Inhale as you lower the belly into cow, and exhale, round the spine into cat. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, press the floor away. Take a few of these here at your own pace, following your own natural rhythm of breath. Your prana, your life force energy. You can stick with cat-cow or you can barrel roll the spine. Take any movements here that feel good. Take this time to tune in, to listen to your body. What does it need right now? What is your body asking for? If you're going in one direction, go ahead and change direction. And continue breathing so that you're opening the front body as you inhale and closing the front body as you exhale. Coming back to a neutral spine. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Scoop it underneath your left arm. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, scoop it under. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, scoop it under. This time, rest your shoulder and your ear on the floor. You can press your left hand into the mat. You can place it on the sacrum, or you can tuck it around for a half bind. Around the waist, maybe tucking it into the inner thigh. Breathe here in your twist. Softening the breath, massaging the internal organs. Try to keep your hips stacked over your knees. Soften the sides of the neck. Soften the throat. Release the left hand. Inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky. Keep it there. And swing your left foot off of the mat and your right foot behind you. Sole of the right foot comes to the mat. Gaze up. You can stay there, or if you'd like more challenge, lift the right foot off of the mat. You have the option to take a bind. Stretching through the quadricep, keep the leg parallel with the mat and hug the foot toward the glute. You also have the option to add a back bend, pressing the right foot into the right hand. Release from wherever you are and lower the right foot to the mat. Gate pose, sweep the right arm down and the left arm up to the sky, side stretch. Breathe. Lower the left hand, lower the right hand, and step the right foot behind you, pressing the heel down. Keep the right leg extended. Stretch through the calf and the Achilles. Back to tabletop, right knee lowers down. Left side, reach the left arm up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, sweep it through underneath of the right shoulder. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, scoop through. Inhale, one more time, reach up. Exhale, scoop it through. Rest here in your twist. Whatever option you took for the left hand on the opposite side, take it here with the right hand. It can stay on the mat, come to sacrum or to a half bind. Relax through the sides and the back of the neck. Relax the throat. And try to keep your hips stacked over your knees. Observe your body. Observe your breath. Release the hand. Inhale, reach your left arm up to the sky. Swing your right foot behind you and extend the left foot to the back of your mat. Stacking your shoulders and your hands. You can stay right here or lift the left leg parallel to the mat. Balance here. You can gaze up or down. Option to take a bind and stretch the quadricep and the hip flexor. And then option to add a back bend, pressing the foot into the hand, open up. Keep gazing down to help with balance. Release and extend the left leg, lowering it to the mat. Sweep the arm up to the sky. Gate pose. Gazing up, side stretch, breathe. Lower the hand. Back to one-legged tabletop. Press the left heel back as you extend the left leg, stretch the calf. Back to tabletop, lower the left knee. Take the knees wide, sit the hips back, child's pose. Bring the forehead to the mat. If you can't reach the forehead to the mat, you can place it on your blanket. Tent the fingers and begin pressing your hips back towards your heels and then maybe tracking the hips forward, kind of pulling and pressing on the fingertips. Just tractioning the spine, moving through the hips very gently, very slight, small movements. Relax. Breathe. Observe. Maybe move a little bit here through your child's pose. And then rising up, sliding forward for puppy pose. Hips are stacked over the knees. You can rest your forehead on the mat or a blanket. Or if you have the flexibility in the neck, bring the chin to the mat, stretching through the throat chakra, through the heart chakra, the solar plexus, and the sacral chakra. Arms reach forward, arms are straight. Expanding through the back body as well as the front body. Melt the heart down. Slide forward for Sphinx pose. Stack your shoulders over your elbows. Forearms are parallel. Fingers spread wide. Relax through your glutes and hamstrings. Broaden through the back body by expanding through the spine and extending, tractioning the elbows toward your hips. Keep your shoulders low, away from your ears, and breathe here. Opening through the sacral chakra, through the solar plexus, and relax down. Rest your cheek on your hands. Breathe into the back body. Extend your right arm out to the right. Press your left hand into the mat and roll to the right side of the body. So we're opening through the front side of the shoulder and the chest. You can bring your left foot behind your right leg. The more you roll your hips open to face the front to face the ceiling, the deeper stretch you're going to get. If you need less of a stretch, slide your right hand closer to your hip. Breathe here. Completely relax. Opening through that front body where we're so often rounded. Roll back to the belly. Release your arms by your sides and rest your cheek on the mat. Quick Shavasana. Now extend the left arm straight out or slightly down towards your hip. Press your right hand into the mat by your chest. Roll the hips open, rolling to the left side of the body. You can bend your right knee, and place the right foot behind your left leg. Breathe here and soften. Feel free to place your blanket underneath of your head if you like. In this posture, palm faces down. Feel the pectoral muscles stretch and open. Begin to roll back down onto your belly, arms by your sides, quick Shavasana. Completely relax. Soften every muscle in your body as you exhale. Bring your hands by your chest for Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose. And come into Baby Cobra. Press the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale and exhale, press up, lifting the chest, peeling the spine up off of the mat. And then press back, Child's Pose. Exhale. Let's lift up into plank and press back to downward facing dog. Pedal through the heels. Spread your fingers wide, press the shoulders into their sockets, and spiral the triceps toward the ears. Tailbone lifts up toward the sky. I'm just kind of warming up those hamstrings now, reaching the heels toward the earth, and kind of lifting the toes up toward the belly. So here your knees can be bent in order to flatten through the low back. Lift the heels, press the chest back toward the thighs a little bit deeper, bending those knees in order to flatten through the low back. Make this your practice. You don't have to look like me. Walk the feet forward. Bend the knees generously, fold the hands into the elbows, and rock side to side, forward and back. Just waking up the body. Be gentle on yourself. Release the arms. Place your left hand down. Bend your left knee, straighten the right leg, and reach your right arm up to the sky. If you need to, you can use your blanket sort of as a block or to lift the floor up to your level. Reaching the right arm up to the sky, try to stack your shoulders if you can. And switching sides, lower your right hand, bend your right knee, straighten your left arm, and reach the left arm up to the sky. Keep the spine long, crown of the head reaches forward. Stretching through that IT band. And lower both hands. Move the blanket out to the side and slowly roll up. You can walk your hands up your legs if you like, if that helps with any low back pain. Bring your hands to heart center, close your eyes, and take a moment to recenter, refocus. Remind yourself of your affirmation. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, extended mountain pose. Exhale, swan dive forward, bend the knees. Inhale, half lift, lengthen through the spine, fingertips can come to the shins. Reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, forward fold, soften through the knees. Inhale, half lift, planting your hands, step the right foot back, lower the right knee and top of the foot to the floor, runner's lunge. You can clasp your hands together above your left knee. Relax through your shoulders. Stretch through the right hip flexor. Maybe you allow yourself to deepen a little bit as the body softens and you find some space. Lower the hands to the mat. Reverse the bend in the legs for half split, bending your right knee and straightening your left leg. It doesn't have to be all the way straight. Flex the left toes towards your face, reach the crown of the head forward, and lengthen through the spine. You should feel a really nice deep stretch along your IT band and the hamstrings. Breathe here. Walk the hands forward, come back to your lunge. Lift the right knee off of the mat, low lunge. Hands on the floor, light on the fingertips. You can use your blanket here as a block. Placing your right hand on your blanket, bring your left hand to sacrum and twist to the left. Keep the hips square and keep the left knee stacked over the left ankle. Stack your shoulders. If the shoulders stack, you can extend the arm up. Then lower the left hand. Place both hands back on the mat. Right foot comes forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Slowly come up. Hands meet at heart center. Tadasana. Inhale as you reach the arms up, extended mountain pose. Forward fold, exhale. Half lift, lengthen and look up. Fingertips can come to the shins or the mat. Long spine, shift the weight forward, hips over ankles. Forward fold, soften through the knees, exhale. Inhale, half lift, step the left foot back. Runner's lunge, lower the knee to the mat, top of the foot comes to the mat. Clasp the hands together and rest them above your right knee. Open up through the left hip flexor and breathe into that space. Relax your shoulders. These muscles are contracted anytime we're sitting. So whether that's at a computer desk or in the car commuting, so give them some time and some space to relax. Lower the hands, reverse the bend in the legs for half split. Bend the left knee, straighten through the right leg as much as you can. And kind of play around with pointing the toes down and flexing it up. I feel like you get more of a stretch if the toes are flexed up and you lengthen through the spine, but you can play around with that. Make this your practice. Keep the hips square. And remember, you can bend that right knee a little bit here. Just make sure you're still feeling that stretch. Walk the hands forward, lift the left knee, low lunge. So again here you can use your blanket or your block under your left hand. Right hand to sacrum, twist to the right. If the shoulders stack, extend your right arm up to the sky. Spark through your fingers. If you need to modify, you can also lower your knee to the mat and you can rest it on your blanket to soften that pressure on your knee joint. So here we are in our lunge twist. Breathing, lengthening through the spine, squaring through the hips. Lower the right hand, step the left foot forward, Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Begin to rise up. Hands meet at heart center, Tadasana. Exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, extended mountain pose. Hands come to heart center. Take the feet wide off of your mat. Sweep the arms up overhead, star pose. Spark through your fingers. Radiate light and energy from all 5 points of your star. Forward fold, long spine. Hands come to the mat. You can bend your knees or even place your blanket or block under your hands. Half lift. If you have a mirror, which you probably don't, just notice if you're rounded and begin to lengthen through the spine, pulling the belly button toward the floor. Shift your hips over your ankles and lengthen through the backs of the legs. If you have a flat back and long spine, you can maybe take the hands to the ankles or the heels. If not, just stay where you are. You can bend the knees. Just try to lengthen the spine as much as you can. Plant the hands half lift and step back to a wide-legged downward facing dog. Press the chest back, reach the heels down. Feet are off of the mat, nice and wide. Then lower the knees, bring the big toes to touch, wide-kneed child's pose, forehead to the mat. Breathe into the back body. Allow yourself to be here in this moment. Let's rise up. Press back, downward facing dog. Exhale. Walk the feet forward, forward fold. Slowly roll up. Hands to heart, Tadasana. Exhale. Inhale as you reach the arms up overhead, extended mountain pose. Forward fold, exhale. Step the right foot back. Make sure your left knee is over your left ankle. And lower your right heel down for Warrior Two. Heel to arch alignment, so left heel aligns with the right instep. Hips are level. Reach the arms out in opposite directions. Reverse Warrior, reach forward and inhale, lift your left arm. Float your right hand down your right leg. You can take a half bind, pressing the right hand into your hip crease, reaching it around the back. Come back to Warrior Two. And shift forward and down. Back to your lunge. Lower the knee. Runner's lunge. Hands down, reverse the bend in the knees, half split. Shift forward, curl the toes under, lift the right knee and twist to the left, placing your left hand on your sacrum. If the shoulders stack, extend the arm up to the sky. Squaring through the hips, engaging your inner thighs. Lower left hand, step forward, Uttanasana. Rise up, Tadasana, exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Step the left foot back. Lower left heel, Warrior Two. Rise up, reach the arms. Right knee over right ankle. Right toes point forward towards the front of your mat and the left toes point to the left. Breathe. Reach forward, reverse warrior. Right arm reaches up, side stretch. You can let your left hand float down your left leg or reach it around for a half bind, pressing the hip away. Lower the hands down to a lunge, left knee to the floor, top of the foot to the floor. Hands rest above the knee. Breathe. Stretch through the hip flexor. Nice, deep, full body breaths. Press back to half split. Flexing the right toes towards your face, keeping the spine long, shoulders away from the ears. Reach and stretch through the IT band. Shift forward. Lift the left knee, curling the left toes under. Plant left hand and twist to the right. Right hand can come to the sacrum, or if the shoulders stack, extend the right arm to the sky. Gaze up, spark through the fingers, activate through the back of the left leg. Lower the right hand, step forward, Uttanasana. Rise up, hands at heart, Tadasana. Exhale. Turn to face the side of your mat and take a wide step out. Extend the arms out to a T and turn your toes to the right. Just your right toes. Trikonasana. Reach, reach, reach forward to the right. Lower the right hand to your ankle and extend the left arm up to the sky. So notice and feel with your left hand if your rib cage is really rounded, and then squeeze the bottom of your rib cage to the top of your hip to flatten out the side body. You can let your right hand float, or you can press it into the shin to give you some strength. Rise up, turn the toes in, and then the left toes come out. Lower left hand and reach right arm up. Using your obliques, peel the body open like you're in between two panes of glass, so the chest and hips face the same direction. Rise up, turn the toes to be parallel, and then turn the toes out, star pose to goddess pose. Bend at the knees, bend at the elbows, scoop tailbone under. You may need to widen that stance a little bit. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Finding that strength, that power. Move here with your breath. And forward fold, toes turn parallel. Forward fold. If your head really easily comes to the mat, you can bring your feet closer together. And just kind of fold here, feel this posture. Turn back to a lunge and then tuck that right knee in for half pigeon. So your right foot will come to your left hip. If your hips roll open to the right, place your blanket underneath of your right hip to level out and square through the hips. Feel free to stay up, or you can lower to the forearms, tracking your elbows energetically towards your hips to help deepen the stretch. And keeping that nice long line of energy from the crown of the head to the base of the spine. Feel free to bring your elbows out to the side, stack your fists like a little pillow, and rest your forehead there. As you rest here in pigeon, soften with the exhalation. Find peace. Find relaxation. Allow yourself to melt into the mat. Slowly begin to press up. And adding a twist, if you like, you can scoop your left arm underneath of your right shoulder. You can rest your head on your blanket. You can press your right hand into your mat or reach it around for a half bind or a full bind. reaching around for the big toe. This variation will deepen the stretch in your right hip and add a little twist. Also stretching through the left shoulder. Breathe here wherever you are. You can stay in half pigeon or you can add a twist. Slowly release, pressing up onto the hands. And bring your left foot forward into a figure 4. Reach the arms up and begin to soften and reach over your leg, your extended leg. Doesn't matter if you can reach the foot or not. You can bend your left knee. Keep lengthening the spine, pressing the shoulders away from the ears. So I have a tendency to let the shoulders round up towards the ears and really round through the shoulders. So try to keep gazing forward, not down at your knee or your shin. Breathe here. Slowly roll up and bring the soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana. You can move the flesh away from the sits bones a little bit here. And feel free to sit on your blanket to help tilt the pelvis forward and lengthen the spine. Clasp the hands together underneath the outer edges of your feet. Allow the soles of the feet to open up like a book. You can stay seated upward, or you can begin to hinge forward if you need more out of this posture. Keep pressing the shoulders down away from the ears and reach forward. So instead of nose to toes, we're really reaching the crown of the head forward, reaching the nose forward and over, way past your toes. So the spine stays long and flat. Slowly come up. Finding some length, and then maybe deepen a little bit more into that pose. Release. And turn to your pigeon facing the opposite direction. So now your left foot and you can come onto those forearms, stacking the hands, resting your forehead there like a little pillow. Breathe here. Completely soften the body. Melt into your mat. Find that sense of peace and calm. And then if you'd like, add that twist. Maybe a half bind or full bind. Keep deepening the breath. And being present in this moment. Observe your body from the inside. Slowly release. Unwind from your twist. Sitting up. Swing your leg forward to a figure four. Reach the arms up and then over the leg. Maybe you can reach the foot, maybe not. It doesn't matter. Just keep reaching and noticing how the posture feels in your body. Feel free to bend the knee of the extended leg. Flex the toes up toward your face and keep lengthening the spine. Try not to round over the knee. Keep lengthening the spine, creating space for your organs to work properly and stretching through the back of the leg. Deep, full body breaths. You're doing great. Slowly release. And again, come to Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. But this time, create a big square or diamond shape between the legs, so reaching those toes further away from your body. And hinging forward, begin to press the elbows into the knees. And you should feel a stretch now on the outer hips. Keep the spine long and flat. Slowly come up, bring the knees together. Bring your hands behind you and rock the knees to left and to the right. Letting the knees rock over to one side, twist around to face the back. Long spine. Breathe here. Should feel really nice on your low back and your hips. Full body breaths. And unwind and twist over to the other side. Make sure your feet are nice and wide so that your knee can come to your foot instead of having the legs stacked on top of one another. Breathe into the low back, into the hips, long spine, and release. Wrap your arms around your knees. Give yourself a great big hug. Then coming into Navasana, you can hold behind your hamstrings, flexing your feet, or you can extend the legs and point the toes, reaching the arms out. Wherever you are, slowly lower down. Just take a few breaths here. Completely relax. Maybe wiggle the toes, the fingers. Just observe the body. Notice how you feel. Bend the knees, roll to your side. Take your blanket and roll it up so it's like a bolster. So you'll want to unfold it so it's nice and long, and then roll it up so that you can rest the entire back body. So kind of bring that blanket up against your tailbone and lie down for supported fish pose. Take up space here. Let your palms face upward. Let your feet and ankles flop out to the sides. And breathe here. Preparing for Shavasana. Nice, soft, cleansing breaths. You can feel free to stay here in Shavasana with the blanket underneath of your back and supported fish. Or you can use the blanket under your knees or under your head, any way that you like. Just taking this time to really slow down, to observe. And then making your way into that final Shavasana. However you want to use your blanket or not, just get comfortable so you can relax completely. Again here, allow the palms to face upward for a flow of energy, or you can place one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly to bring you closer to your breath. And as your mind begins to wander, bring your awareness back to that sensation, that ebb and flow of prana. Rest here in complete relaxation, softening through the eyes, the jaw, the tongue and the lips. Soften the throat, the sides and back of the neck. Soften the belly, the hips, the legs, the ankles. Now begin to imagine rowing down a river. You try to maintain a straight course down the middle of the river, but you find yourself struggling against strong cross currents, realizing that it is impossible to steer the boat. You allow it to drift. Amazingly, the boat does not hit either bank, but is carried along by the current, leaving you free to enjoy the experience. Allow yourself to drift, to observe the experience. Transfer this attitude into daily life. Try to release the need to control things in life, for some things are beyond control. Doing so will bring you a greater sense of peace. Bring your knees into your chest, taking any final postures or movements, maybe happy baby or ball pose. Eventually rolling onto your side in fetal pose, curling up into a little ball, feeling safe and loved. Be here with your breath for a few more moments. And when you're ready, eventually press up to a comfortable seated posture, bringing your hands to heart center. Close the eyes. And begin to visualize something that brings you joy and peace. Let that joy and peace radiate from you out into the world. And inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Give yourself a great big hug, sending loving kindness and positive energy into your heart center. so you're better able to give it to others. Inhale, reach the arms up one more time. Bring the palms together, lower them in front of the heart center. Namaste.